Good afternoon, Rutgers. I'm WeatherWatcher Jason Heller here with your afternoon forecast for Friday, March 27th, 2026. Starting off with a look at our current conditions in New Brunswick, you can see it's 53 degrees and it's mostly cloudy outside, and it feels more like 48 degrees, and that's because we have a bit of a gusty wind out of the north-northwest at 10 miles per hour right now, and you'll see our humidity right now is sitting right around 51%. So looking at some headlines, you'll probably notice if you've been outside today that it's a little bit breezy. Tomorrow, you're going to notice that it's a little cold. It's going to kind of feel like winter's coming back for a day. But the good news is right after that, it's going to start warming up early next week. So keep that in mind. Looking at our current temperatures in South Jersey, you'll see temperatures are hovering around the mid 50s, with our warmest spot being 57 degrees down here in Cape May. Up north, it's a little bit colder, especially in the higher elevations, being as low as 46 degrees in Hackettstown. And here in New Brunswick, it's around 53 degrees. And so looking at our futurecast, you'll see some rain is going to be moving out of the state as we speak right now. And then the rest of our next few days through early in the morning on Monday, it's going to stay dry, but it might not necessarily stay completely cloud-free. But at least you won't get wet if you go outside. Looking at our drought monitor, you'll see a lot of the state is at least abnormally dry, if not in a drought. Much of the western portions of the state are in a drought, and you'll see up there in Sussex County, there's a small portion that's in a severe drought. So that's something to keep in mind as we move into some drier weather for the next few days. Looking at our tomorrow on the hour, you're going to see the high temperature is going to be 43 degrees. It's going to be sunny and cool. The winds are also going to be a little bit breezy out of the northwest around 12 miles per hour, but it's going to be bright and sunny, as you'll see throughout the entire day. Starting at 9 a.m., it's going to be pretty cold, only 33 degrees. By noon, it'll have warmed up a little bit to 40 degrees. We'll be nearing our high at 42 degrees at 3 p.m., and it'll start cooling down again by 6 p.m. when it'll be 40 degrees. But the good news about tomorrow is even if it'll be a little cold and even if there's going to be some wind to keep in mind, at least for those of you who don't like the cold, it's going to be sunny, so at least you have that. Looking at our wind gusts, you'll see midday through the day today on Friday, the gusts are around the 20s in miles per hour. That's going to die down a little bit through the night before picking back up tomorrow, where gusts are going to be potentially as high as around 30 miles per hour. So nothing too crazy, but still something to keep in mind if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time tomorrow. And looking at our 7-day forecast, you'll see today, as I've been mentioning, it's going to be pretty cold, feeling a bit like winter again, with a high of only 43 degrees, and then our low getting all the way down to 26 degrees. But the good news is tomorrow, it's going to be noticeably warmer already, with a high near 55 and a low of 41, and it's going to be mostly sunny. By Monday, that warm up continues. The high is going to be 63 degrees and a low of 46 degrees, and it'll be partly sunny. By Tuesday, there is going to be a chance of some showers, but it's still going to be warming up with a high near 66 degrees. And it looks like Wednesday is going to be our warmest day of the week with a high near 76 degrees and some partly sunny weather. So that looks like a really nice day to get outside if you have any plans for next week. By Thursday, it might not be as warm anymore, high near 74 and mostly cloudy. And then by Friday, it'll really be cooling off again with a high near 57 degrees. And that is all we have for our afternoon forecast today. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at all these places. I'm WeatherWatcher Jason Heller. Have a great day, Rutgers.